I always ask people to put on their vision cap or their future looks. Given the conversations that you're in, given what you're seeing that's happening, given the interest from a lot of different types of players in the industry here, what do you think is going to surprise people over the next, say 24 months? And it relates to the last question about, mainstream apps, things like that. But, what is going to surprise us? And that, obviously I'm thinking of that in the context of applications that might get built on Algorand or use things like USDC, but what are the things that we should be on the lookout for?
Well, I think it's an interesting time. I know, a few years ago, if you look at what was going on during sort of the, Bitcoin boom days, it was very retail driven, and I think it was a very early time in the market. I think a few years on, I think what's been encouraging to us is the seriousness that large institutions and the resources that large institutions are putting into really thinking about long-term investments around digital money and blockchain and digital assets. That countries are doing the same, and so I think the seriousness of those discussions, and I think the likelihood of that helping generate scale will probably surprise a lot of people as it starts to really hit the market. At the same time, I'm not sure it should really be a surprise. China has announced they're going to issue a central bank digital currency. They're being very aggressive about it. It was recently announced. There's BSN, which is going to be the Chinese blockchain network. Algorand is one of 5 public chains that'll be permitted by the Chinese government to operate in China. And so I think what we're starting to see now are kind of the early signs that some of the scale and some of the bigger applications are going to come. And I think that that's an indicator of what we'll start seeing in other parts of the world as well. So I think, kind of the underpinnings are being built today. And I feel pretty confident that we're going to see, not just millions, but probably, hundreds of millions of users using the kinds of applications that we're building in, the coming years.
We are excited to see that as well, and I think we share your optimism for the next couple of years on that as well. Steve, thank you so much for joining, and of course for the work that we're doing together. Really excited to see what transpires from that. And,
thanks so much for having me, Jeremy. We love working with you guys, and it's always great to see you.
Excellent. All right, have a great day, Steve.